How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is RuffledRowlit, and we've got some massive news, ladies and gents. So, two new events, or technically almost like 5 different events, are currently taking place in Pokemon Scarlet, Violet, the Indigo Disc, and even in Kitakami. So, if you guys are ready, let's get right into it. First things first, we have this update right here. So, full details for the latest Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Outbreak event featuring Dratini, Jangmo-o, and Duraludon in their special events section if you guys want to go look that up on your own, but I will actually be showing you here what is going on. So basically these 3 will be showing out in mass outbreaks all around the actual game. This will be in separate locations, so we're going to go through those as well. But also the other big thing that I want to mention quickly is that we also have Iron Leaves and Walking Wake. They are back in the game, okay? Now you can only catch them if you haven't already caught them, and keep in mind they are version exclusive. Walking Wake is for Pokemon Scarlet, and Iron Leaves is for Pokemon Violet. So please keep that in mind. It's something you should remember because the two of them are separate in that sense. But yeah, basically all you gotta do to activate any of these events, or for any of them to actually start, for example, if you want the outbreaks to start actually showing up, you gotta go into your game, you gotta go to the Poke Portal, and what you gotta do here is go online, right? You gotta go online at least once. Now, of course, this won't work if you don't have Nintendo Switch Online, I think. You will have to buy it, which is really stupid, but it is what it is. And then what you gotta do is just go to the news section, make sure you've connected to the news at least once, like I'm doing right here, right now. You just press the plus button, and here it is. And there you go. So there's a bunch of information here. For example, if you're doing competitive, there is a bunch of stuff happening in regards to that. But yeah, the most important stuff is for us up here. So if we go to the Enjoy the Mass Outbreaks of Dragons, here's what it says. It's time to ring in the new year by catching droves of dragon types until Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024. Dratini will be appearing in the mass outbreaks throughout the Paldea region. Jangmo-o will be appearing in the mass outbreaks throughout the land of Kitakami. And Duraludon will be appearing in the mass outbreaks throughout the Terrarium in the Blueberry Academy. Pokemon encounter these special mass outbreaks are more likely to have the joyful mark. Okay, interesting. More likely to have the joyful mark. These dragon types will be excited to celebrate the new year. And yeah, basically it starts today, the 25th of December, and goes until January 3rd. And that is when it ends next year. And yeah, in case you're wondering about the locations, Dratini will be a bit over everywhere. Jangmo-o will be everywhere for Kitakami, and Blueberry Academy will be specifically for Duraludon. So yeah, that's pretty much it for those guys. If you don't know how they look like and where to find them in the world, because I know some people struggle with this kind of stuff, I'm going to just show you what it looks like a little bit here. So we go into the map, and if you just look around right here, there you go, for example. There it is. So there we have Duraludon spawning. There's a bunch of Duraludon spawns. Now, if we go over to, for example, Paldea here, and we look around, we should be able to find, I think it was Dratini for this place. Here it is. So there is Dratini. So these are mass outbreaks, which they will be everywhere, right? So all you really got to do to get shinies with these guys is go make a shiny sandwich. Now, in case of a shiny sandwich, let's see. So shiny sandwich for dragon types. That one shouldn't be too difficult to make. I would also say you could do the all type increase. Like there's a sandwich you can buy specifically right here. If you go inside of this building in the school, you can specifically go down here to the cafeteria, and you can talk to one of the people there, and they will give you they will actually give you what you need, which is a sandwich that is working for all the types. It will boost the shiny rate on every single typing. So talk to this lady. It will require BP, though, and it only lasts for 30 minutes. Here you go, Academy Special. So this one, it boosts your rates for everything. But this should be fine, given the fact that if you think about this, let's be logical here, the mass outbreaks are just there permanently until until it all runs out. So when you are still there, they will keep spawning, even if you have a sandwich on for a different typing. You'll mostly still see them for the most part. So this one should just boost everything. So I would recommend going for this. If you want to go for just the dragon sandwich, I don't see the point in it. I think it's better just to go with this because it spends you less time. You just buy this. You don't have to go and make a sandwich. You don't need ingredients. You just buy this and you're done, right? Of course, if you have enough BP, you'll be fine. But if you don't have enough BP, then that's kind of not going to work. But if you're looking for a sandwich you want to make anyways, like if you still want to do a sandwich, we do have a little bit of a guide here for specifically dragon ones, which aren't too difficult to actually do. Like they're pretty straightforward, to be frank with you guys. This is pretty much the sandwich ingredients you want to go for. You would be needing, it's 2 different recipes, right? But yeah, you can go avocado and 2 salty herba mysticas, or cucumber, pickle, avocado 3 times, and any 2 herba mystica, except sweet, sour, I guess sweet plus sour, or sweet plus sweet, or sour plus sour. So any other combination should work and you would be fine. But yes, it is dragon types only, baby. So you guys already know it shouldn't be too difficult. But in my case here, if we go for the Academy Special, let's just go for that one. We will just be eating it, and then once we've eaten it, we're set. Now, the next thing, of course, which should be talking about is this right here. So yes, Iron Leaves and Walking Wake are back. Now, I want to point out really, really important here. These two, okay, if you want to get these two, very, very important to remember that you can't get them if you've already gotten them before. So if you got Walking Wake and Iron Leaves in the previous event, you're not going to get them in this event, okay? It's just not going to be possible. You won't be able to actually catch them. So please remember that, okay? Please remember that they are not catchable if you didn't get them in the previous event, right? Like, otherwise, it will just not work. So please remember that. If you've already gotten them, you can't get them again. And if you want to get them right now, you can only get one of them each. And that depends on which game you have, right? So just keep that in mind, just something important I wanted to mention, because otherwise people will get confused. As for what to actually use against this thing, like what is a good build to use, that if you want to solo it, I will make a separate guide, but if you want to just do it in a group, we have a Discord server down below. You guys can join in. People will be doing it together, so you can join there. And in terms of what you might be needing if you're going to be going in as a group, there are pretty good like guides out there, and I think Game 8 actually has some great guides for what to use specifically in case of this situation. So let's see what we can find here. So for example, if you're going to be going up against the Iron Leaves raid, if you're going to be doing that one, then one of these three Pokemon will actually probably do best for you. Between King Gambit, you've got King Gambit, Golden Go, and you've got Scizor. Those three will be very useful. I'm going to put it here on the screen so you guys can see what we're talking about. So these three will be heavily useful against specifically Iron Leaves, and it will just counter it. However, if you're going to be going up against the other fella, which is Walking Wake, then you're going to be very good with a Miraidon or an Iron Hands. Of course, if you don't have a Miraidon, if you're playing Pokemon Scarlet, which is, you know, a little bit more iffy, I say Iron Hands is honestly hands down the best Pokemon to use in this case. Like, Iron Hands is just clutch, like straight clutch. So definitely get an Iron Hands. You can find it down Area 0 and you're set. I will do a separate video here in a little bit, specifically about what you can do if you're going to be soloing, but quickly for those who just do not want to wait for that video, all you really got to do is go King Gambit if you're going to be doing Iron Leaves, or go the Iron Hands if you're going to be going up against Walking Wake, and all you got to do is defeat them easily, okay? You can easily you can do it all on your own. You don't even need to get anybody else with you. You can just do it easily. So here, for example, we have a guide from Notfly. So shout out to Notfly, by the way, for sharing this on their Discord. I'm going to be using this as it's a great actual setup to run. So if you guys see it right here, this is what we're talking about. So this is the setup you can run. Basically, you just need an Iron Hands, right? Once you have an Iron Hands, this is the move set you can run on it. So you can do a Belly Drum, Charge, Wild Charge, and Drain Punch. If you do those four, you're pretty much set. As for the rest of it, you guys can see the stats and the EVs right here you might be needing. So maybe go and make one like this if you haven't already. Some people might not even make it. You might be able to trade with someone to get you like the exact one you want. But yeah, so in this case, here you can see what they're running. This is just a Iron Hands that is, well, of course, shiny, but that doesn't really matter. And all they really do is the Belly Drum in the first round, then Charge, and then Wild Charge onto the Walking Wake. And in 3 turns, you would be able to actually defeat it. So not too bad, I would say. But yeah, that's pretty much that. It summarizes that. I don't really know what else I can say in regards to this, but I want to just thank you all for, coming by and watching this video. And of course, if you are looking to do the other one, which is of course the in this case the King Gambit will be useful against the Iron Leaves. I'm going to put that on the screen here as well. Again, you guys can just pause the video if you haven't already, just to see what it all says, but it's basically pretty straightforward as well. You run King Gambit, and then it will take a bit longer to defeat, I would say, compared to the other one, compared to Walking Wake. It would probably take a little bit longer to actually take down. But here's what you got. So basically, you would just be running King Gambit again. And in this case, you're going to be going for the Sword Stance 3 times, and then Attack Cheer, and then go for the Kowtow Cleave. And that should be able to pretty much one-hit KO this thing and take it out. So that pretty much summarizes that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't really know if there's much else I can mention, but yeah, that's all. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, and bye-bye.